And good morning everybody, my name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 19 on Oakfield Farm Farming Agency Edition. It is day 2 of fall, early fall. And it's sunny. It's going to be sunny all day, which is neither here nor there really. We've got not a lot planned on today. Well, we have. I did complete the... let's give you some food. Where'd you go? Boop, 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 boop. I did complete the silage harvest, corn silage, maize. And not a lot happening on the yard this morning. As you can see, I pretty much completely filled this bunker. Like no more room. 641,000 litres, and it is fermenting. So it's been fermenting since lunchtime yesterday. I did consider putting some of the excess in this silage bunker, but then I figured the rate at which we can sell this stuff down at the BGA, it's really not, you know, if I make 1.2 million litres, I'm going to be sitting on that for about 10 days anyway, so we might as well sell what we have and then see where we go from there. Over here we have spelt triticale, fresh maize. I have 800,000 litres in the silo. Technically probably shouldn't be there, but got nowhere else to put it. The sheep are relatively well fed, although their cleanliness is 0. So we're going to have to fix that sometime. I do have the case out. The Challenger is already out in the field working, and we should probably go and join him. Because like I said, we have a lot of... oops. A lot of ploughing to do today. Once the ploughing's done, we'll probably throw some oilseed radish in the 2 cornfields. Now, obviously the reason we are doing the ploughing is because it needs it. Interesting. Why is it going this way now? Okay, worker's doing strange and wonderful things, but anyway, he's ploughing this field, and we'll go and survey our 2 fields. That one needs... Why does that one need to be ploughed? Well, maybe we maybe we start out with the case on the... Actually... Do I want to? Those are ready to harvest. I could... Why does that need ploughed? Because we had to replant it. We already ripped up what was in there and then reploughed it. Or replanted it once. Anyway, we have more clover to cut, so... And that'll probably end up as silage now. I think we've got more than enough hay for the winter. We shall stick that on the back. And let's get out to the fields. Of course, Giants are now back from their vacation, and we have a bunch of new mods on the mod hub. One of which is the quick camera mod, which I use on this farm, which basically allows me to tab 45-degree view left and right. And it looks like for Farm Sim 22 we have the 17 thing where I can push the look forward button, or push the up button and we'll look forward, push the back button and we'll look back. Not sure I want to do that because currently I have those buttons mapped to drive and reverse. That said, being able to click on the back button, select reverse and be looking behind me might be a good thing. Anyway, here we are. I have no idea what went on here, because I started him there and he started going that way. Now he's going that way. Okay, I did find out what the problem was with the corn at the edge of the field. And basically, the corn header that we had on the forage harvester was chewing up grass, as well as corn. I don't know whether that's supposed to be a thing. Forage harvesters, forage harvester headers. Now we had this thing. I guess it does corn and grass. Back. That must be, this must be a change on, well, is it? Yeah, because it does all of these crops as well. Ah. Now these ones don't do corn, but they do everything else. These ones do corn and everything else. This, I think, is a Maize Plus thing, where it does everything else. I thought these headers were restricted to corn. Now in Farm Sim 22, all of these headers do everything. Now because it does grass as well as corn, the problem was when I was getting close to the edge of the field, the harvester would start picking up grass and then fill up its 200-300 litre capacity internally, and then I couldn't empty it into the forage trailer which had maize in. So that was basically our problem there. So you'll find strips of corn along the edge of the field where I was just having issues trying to target it alone. But still, we got nearly 1.5 million litres of maize. 6 million in the silo. Sorry, 600,000 in the silo. Which, as soon as that's finished, if we've got the chance, we'll start shipping that down to the BGA to sell and make some stuff. Digestate. I kind of figured, since these fields need to be ploughed because we just harvested corn, I'm just going to plough them, plant oilseed radish. I'm not going to worry about digestate spreading on these fields. I will possibly put sunflowers in these fields. They're not particularly big, but it does mean that the the oilseed radish will be sat in the ground for a good 8 months or so before we get round to actually seeding the crop. want to start thinking about some of the other fields that we already have. The two spelt fields, obviously, we haven't looked much there. Actually, I probably should do that. Two spelt fields currently seeded with oilseed radish, so these we can rip up any time now. It's a bit of a problem, because normally we'd plant a grain and then we'd plant an oilseed. Well, I've got these two fields over here and this one. Oh no, this one had oilseed canola. Oi, oi, oi. What to do, what to do? Well, it just looked like we're doing a lot of oilseed radish this year. Obviously, the sunflower fields, we can pretty much throw in probably rye this year. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can plant rye. So I'm going to put rye in there to currently sunflower fields. Just because then, yeah, we've planted all of the new crops, or all of the crops unique to this map. Not necessarily unique to this map, but you get the idea. And then this should have an oil seed in it. Or I could put sugar beets or potatoes in here. And the other thing in the other one. That might be an option. Even so, they're not planted till spring, so again, will be oilseed radish is a good thing to put down for the winter. Edge of this field, it isn't particularly straight. That's kind of a first pass. And I do the outside with this thing because it's a lot easier to swing about than the big giant Type 18, is it? Okay. What I will do now is I'll fill in this bit here. Normally I wouldn't necessarily run the small plough through the middle of the field, but this is only a single pass for the big plough and can be difficult to line up. If I get it wrong, then I have to do it twice anyway. Smaller plough is a little easier to work with. So that's the thing for now. So, real life today is looking bitingly cold outside. 10 degrees and under. And I need to go to the store, so not really looking forward to that one. And I need gas for the car, so double reason for the trip. like, I don't know, we might be okay travelling along the top here. This looks like we landed this about right, so good job there. I may do the patch to the right of us, I don't know, I'll think about it. Challenger's kind of reaching the end of the block it's working on, and he's going to be starting to have issues covering the whole field. I think for the most part, Challenger can do most of this field. It's going to be interesting with, what is it, the one over there, because we haven't worked that one with the plough before. And it does have fairly restricted edges. And we'll call that good. He's running all the way to the edge, although I think these trees might cause a problem. As we work our way round. Spot the bits I missed. Obviously the weeds are out already. Because that's the thing that weeds do. Oh, now I did run some tests with what is it? The greenhouses in Farm Sim 22. And I think in general it doesn't matter whether you do lettuces, tomatoes or strawberries, you're going to end up with approximately the same amount of money. Because of the way it all kind of works, you need 2 litres of water to make a lettuce, 1 litre of water to make a tomato, and 1 litre of water will make 2 strawberries. So, okay, so you're using up that percentage. Then a tomato is worth double a strawberry and a lettuce is worth double a tomato, with variations. So it's like for us, let's run down here. Yeah, the wheat is worth 570, 522 for barley. They're worth approximately the same. Truth is, wheat produces a little bit more. But there are other examples where you can say we're probably ending up with 2.5 times the number of sunflower seeds versus wheat. And the price balances out for the most part. Corn and barley probably produce the same amount. Their price is very similar. But sometimes you'll see barley a little bit more value and sometimes less. So it's really, market driven. And I think the same is true for lettuce, tomato and strawberries. They're market driven. Sometimes the strawberries will be worth more and sometimes comparatively more and sometimes comparatively less. The only reason you might prefer lettuce over strawberries is it produces 1 crate where strawberries produce 4. So that's less stuff to take to the store. And kind of like soybeans, it's less stuff to take to the store than potatoes, for example. So you need less trips to sell it all. But it doesn't matter if you run your greenhouse to only produce lettuce, only produce tomatoes, or only produce strawberries, or produce all of them, or a combination of any two. The greenhouse is limited in the amount of water it uses over time. So it'll use, I think I figured it out, in 1 month it'll use about 1,500 litres of water, regardless of what you have you've selected as production. So you can either produce, actually I think I got that wrong, 1,500, I think it's about 750 per month, but you can either produce, no I was right, 1,500, you can either produce 3,000 litres of strawberries, 1,500 litres of tomatoes, or 750 litres of lettuce. And if you plant all three, you'll produce 500 litres of strawberries, 750 litres of, no, was it 5,000 litres of strawberries, 500 litres of tomatoes, 250 litres of lettuce. So you'll have far fewer pallets produced each month, and then you can select what you sell as to its value or relative values. Over the course of a year. I mean, as far as specific advice, do you plant one? Do you plant everything? It's really farmer's choice. It's like saying, do you plant all your fields with wheat, or do you split it wheat, barley, oats? It doesn't matter in the long run. They're worth about the same amount. Some years you'll get a bad sale because the prices are low, and other years you'll get a good sale because the prices are high, if you're lucky enough to pick the right crop for the year. And obviously if you want to make cakes, you need to make strawberries, because that is a thing. Okay, should we jump up and see how the Challenger's doing? He's driving through our neighbour's corn. Can't afford that cornfield. I did consider it, but that's, I think, about 700,000 that particular field. And there are a lot of cornfields up here. 500,000. So yeah, we don't have the cash on hand to do it. So I'm not going to bother. What I could do, just thought about this, we could swap the Challenger for the class. Take the Challenger over to our what's it? Our clover fields, and start cutting that. How about that as a plan? Where is Class Axion 940? This is a good tractor to be in. So unfortunately this class does not work with the Vicon mower system, which is what we have on the farm. Kind of kicking myself because last week I was considering we'll use the class for the ploughing with no reason other than we use the Challenger for the cut and the maize. So maybe it's the class's turn to do a stint of work. However, if I do want to mow, then we do need the Challenger. Excuse me. Now both these tractors are set up the same with wide tyres, wheel weights, a front weight. So it's not like yeah, one's going to do a better job than the other. I think there's about 10-15 horsepower difference between the two of them. So again, not anything that's going to significantly make a difference. What I didn't do was to check the angle that the Challenger was running here. I'm going to have to eyeball this and hope for the best.